gosh, I just freaking shot a giant. Good morning, guys. That was not the best night of sleep, but welcome to opening day. It's August 18th, about 5 a.m. up here with Casey, B-Mac, and Logan. Those guys should be getting up any time now. But I'm just gonna gear up and actually go sit in my tree stand this morning. We had a rainstorm last night, so hopefully that knocked down a lot of the scent that was around my tree stand from checking it yesterday. And hopefully the deer are moving today, but it's gonna be a good day. We're gonna kind of split up and try to increase our odds today. So welcome to opening day.
Good morning. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm laying in a one-man tent right now. I'd say a spacious one-man tent. And we are supposed to go hunt some mule deer today. This is the opening day. It's opening day of our 2018 season is what I want to say. And we've got mule deer tags in our pockets. This is our high country mule deer hunt we do every year. We backpack in here about 5 miles. Typically stay for 4 to 5 days and chase mule deer. And this year's no different. This is the opening of our season. It's one of my favorite hunts. And there's a few different reasons why, but mostly it's because we're together as a team. We're all here. And it's the first hunt of the season too. Anyway, I'm gonna get dressed. We gotta get after it. Let's go.
Hi. We call this the early morning hike. You leave camp and there's no warm up. You just go straight up for like 200 yards. It's fun. Every morning it's fun. It's funner too. I don't know if funner is a word, but we're gonna use it. We're gonna use all sorts of words. Funner, better, cooler, sicker, iller. Just barely light enough to see. I picked up 2 deer right where we were yesterday, where we saw those nice ones. I have no idea if it's the same deer, but our plan was to go head up where they crossed over and just kind of stage and see what happens this morning. So they are right above the staging area. So the plan is to head up to this knob, and it's going to take us a while because it's pretty good elevation gain, and then see what happens. Cross your fingers, guys. Is there anything better than carrying a bow in the high country on a beautiful Saturday morning? I don't think there is. What an absolutely gorgeous opening morning. Sun's just starting to peek out right now, but so the plan is everyone kind of split up. Eric went down the canyon towards he's gonna go sit in his tree stand that he has hanging, and then Brian and Logan headed up onto the knob. We call it, what's that? That's Brian. Logan and Brian headed up to the knob just to get in position. Brian is on that knob right there. Last night the bucks were up there. I have not seen them, but we're hoping they come over there somehow. My job is to locate a deer, a buck. I did that. I located 4 does and fawns and a small buck. I'm not seeing much, but it's early. I'm gonna find Brian a deer. I told Brian today is his day. He's gonna shoot a deer. I believe that. So I'm gonna find him a deer, and he's gonna go shoot it. Last night I didn't eat dinner because it was raining. I was in my tent and I fell asleep, and today I'm starving, so I'm gonna find Brian a deer. He's gonna go shoot it, and while he's shooting it, I'm gonna run to camp and make me some mountain house. That's the plan. Probably not gonna happen, to be honest.
Going right into the trees. I don't know if it's the same one or different ones. Quick update. It is 7:56 local time. Pretty slow this morning. Casey relocated the bucks though from last night, and I was walking kind of the general vicinity. I caught some movement quite a ways out there still. I don't know if it's the same deer or different deer, but a nice buck just bombed into some pines. I haven't seen any other hunters, but haven't seen very many deer either. Maybe there's a correlation. I don't know. We got enough food and water. I think Logan and I are going to stay out here for a while. See if we can trip into anything. It only takes just one deer, one elk to walk by you. It's a beautiful day though. We managed to live through the thunderstorm. Did a little Instagram live thunderstorm action in the tents. I believe at one point there was 3 people in one tent. I was not one of those 3 people. Anyways, beautiful day to be in the mountains. Let's see if we can find this buck though. Relocate this buck. We've moved quite a ways. Picked up a buck down below us. Gonna try to just sneak down there. It looked like he was working his way up to us. We've seen a couple nice deer so far, so cross your fingers. We just need to get a little lucky. Right now the wind has been pretty solid. Need to keep it coming up in our face. Here we go. So it's been pretty eventful morning. I've seen a lot of deer, and Brian is currently 107 yards away from a really nice buck. But I guess the buck's got him pegged, and they can't get any closer. It's so fun to just watch this stuff play out through the spotting scope. Because I spotted the deer, spotted Brian. They were coming down perfect. Brian was going to be on top of the cliff. The deer was supposed to be below, but the deer actually climbed the cliff just below him. And they're close. We'll see what happens, but I was just watching those guys and then seeing the deer and then watching Brian finally lay eyes on him, get all excited. It's really fun. Hopefully Logan's capturing it all. Fatal flaw usually is not being aggressive enough. Decided to push the envelope on this guy. Sometimes I've had experience, deer hunting in particular, where if you just take a few steps and stop, kind of imitate the pace of an animal, they'll just sit there and look at you if you have the wind right. Our wind was great, but he's an old mature buck. He wanted no part of that. I think I made it 4.5 yards and then he was out. We had him at 107 yards broadside. But I don't need to kill a deer that bad. I'm not gonna take that shot. A lot of guys might, but there's a little canyon in between us. crosswinds and stuff. It's just not worth it. We just got to admire the beauty of that buck. He's about as perfect as you can get. Straight 4x4 typical, beautiful eye guards, super healthy, like big belly on him. I mean, that was awesome though, super fun. If I could have got a little bit more distance in between, closed a little more distance over to him, we might have been in a position to wing an arrow. But like I said, man, it's just not worth it. Our motto this year is to slow down. Slow down meaning enjoy the scenery, enjoy each other's company, being out here doing what we love, and then try to slow down in the moment. Sometimes you rush it. Last year we rushed a lot of shots. You make mistakes when you rush it, so just slowing down. Like, we don't need to fill a tag that bad to take a shot that's marginal or that you're not 100% confident in. And that was a cool moment, man. That is a win for today. I'm stoked. We're in a good zone too, like good things could happen. So probably gonna go take a little break. There's a beautiful deer bed in a shaded tree. Probably go hang out there for a little bit, rehydrate, see if we can spot another bed over here in this other basin, and we'll see if we can spot another buck over in this basin and maybe go try to make a play at that one. But that is so fun when you can try to like get in and make a play at a deer up in this high country. It's hard, it's super thick, and it's noisy, but it's so much fun to do it.
Well guys, it is 1:40 now, and I've pretty much had deer all over me the entire day. At one point I had 6 small bucks all underneath me within 30 to 40 yards. But it's pretty funny watching these animals because that big moose keeps running all the deer off. Surprisingly, I've been pretty dang cold just with this breeze and being in the shade all day. I'll probably sit till about 4:30. I probably would have gotten down by now, but so many bucks were like bedded right in front of me. I didn't want to get down and blow them up. Probably just sit for a little while and then go back to camp, get some food, and then hunt the evening up in the big basin with those guys. So hopefully those guys had some luck this morning. I have no phone service down here, so I don't know. It's been a fun day, man. Like, watching all these deer being so close has been a ton of fun. We'll just hold tight for a couple hours and see if big buck comes in.
You guys remember this spot? This is where I was at last year. I shot that crazy old buck right there. In my head, all season, all year long after that happened, I decided that if you just go sit in the trees next to a heavily used trail, you're gonna kill a deer. So I spotted all morning for Brian and decided I'm gonna come sit down here and sit here till dark. Who knows though? Lightning could strike twice.
Quick update here. It's 3:45 p.m. now. We moved from our last little napping snacking area to our hopefully final staging area. We have the freak buck somewhere below us, no idea where, but I would say we're within 300 yards of where he's at. We think it's a buck called brush buck that we've hunted for 4 years. He's got the same frame. Last year he had a hook cheater on one side and the other side was kind of messed up, so it makes sense that he would be a bigger on one side with hook cheater, and then that spike wouldn't be totally out of the realm. We're hoping they're going to feed kind of up this hill. We have a real rocky, cliffy draw right here behind us. So we're in a good position to be able to make a play this evening. And then the big one we saw last night and his 2 little buddies are about 800 yards across the basin from us, bedded in a different patch of pines. Again, no idea what they're going to do, but there's a chance they could kind of move towards us, and we're going to be in about as good of a position that we can be. We're further into the basin than we've ever hunted before, so it's all new territory, but I kind of feel like if you're gonna make a play, you gotta just get aggressive and go for it. Logan and I are not gonna have the most enjoyable hike back to camp, most likely in the dark, but if we can get in position, we're gonna have a way better chance of getting deer right here than we would be back kind of the other direction. So it's worth the gamble. We only have a couple days to hunt before we have to head off to Oregon. My fatal flaw hunting is certainly too passive, not being aggressive enough. Casey's always reminding me, like, dude, just be aggressive. If you blow the stock, like, oh well. So that's what I'm going to try to do this year. Learn from my past mistakes, be aggressive. We got close this morning, and we're going to try to get close again this evening.
it's not my birthday. So I don't let balloons go, because they always land somewhere. They usually land up here in the mountains, and that's littering. So don't let your balloons go, okay? I understand accidents, that happens. Don't purposely let your birthday balloons into the air. Happy birthday, though, if it's your birthday.
I just got down and getting my stuff packed up. These two bucks just about walked into the salt. I could shoot them from here. You never get that lucky with the big ones though.
Looks like the deer moving. Finally. We're getting bored. Just a little 2-point. Need to see his big brothers step out though. That'd be rad.
Well guys, that's one heck of an opening morning if you ask me. I sat in that stand for 9 freaking hours, and probably 8 hours. I had some good entertainment, lots of deer moving. That big old moose was so funny to watch. She'd stomp at the deer and scare them out of there and stuff, but just had a good time. At one point I had 6 little bucks underneath the stand at one time. Nothing I'd even think about shooting up here, but definitely fun to watch. And the thing that kept getting me excited each time I'd see one come in is the big buck. The last time he was on camera, he was there with some little dink. So every time some little dink would be working his way through the trees, I'd just be like, come on, hope that big buck's behind him. But yeah, it never was. So I think for now I'm just gonna rummage around camp, rest up a minute, try to get some food in me. I just had like little snacks over there. But one thing I realized today, which is kind of a bummer, is that my rangefinder battery is dead. So I feel like that kind of counts me out for like a solid spot and stock hunt. So I don't want to go in without having a good rangefinder. So B-Mac and Casey are still in their zones. Sounds like they got on some deer this morning, so fingers crossed that they can get something done tonight. I might go be eagle eyes on the glassing point and spot for them. But the only person I can get a hold of right now is B-Mac, because Casey's probably down in the canyon where he doesn't have service. But hope you guys enjoyed that. I mean, it's hard to make like a tree stand hunt like super, you know, intense and exciting, but I love just watching those animals do their thing, not knowing that I'm sitting right there. So funny thing is, when I got out, as soon as I got out, there was like a half hour of dead. I was like, okay, this is my chance to get down without spooking anything. I get down to the ground, turn around, there's 3 deer right behind me. Things weren't nervous at all, so I don't think it stirred anything up. My plan is to sit the stand tomorrow, but tonight I'm gonna hike up to the top and be eagle eyes and just go see what I can see with the glass.
Well, that plan did not work. We heard some stuff below us a few times, and one deer snorted because the wind was real swirly, but none of the bucks we saw bad in this area have popped out yet. They might have slipped below us. Not real sure, to be honest. So we have a long hike back, and we are going to make our way back towards camp and just kind of hunt back. It's about 7:30 right now. It's been a fun day so far. We just need to get a little lucky on the hike home. Hopefully Casey and Eric have had a little more action this evening than we have, because it's been slow.
Made a friend. Super obnoxious friend. That one friend that never shuts up. Just talks and talks and talks about nothing. Quiet as he's been in the last 20 minutes is when I turn the camera on him. He's gonna come and bite me now. It's a really rad squirrel shot though.
Well, we're gonna say goodbye to camp and hike up to the glassing knob, or what we call the glassing knob. I'll probably be there to get the last, I don't know, hour and a half, couple hours of prime time, see what's going on up here, see if I can find some bucks that I can get Casey on B-Mac in. But like I said, Casey's out of phone service, so maybe Brian. He's kind of sitting on a buck, it sounds like. So I'll go hang out up here. It's getting a little breezy on the top of this ridge. It's probably gonna be breezy out there, and it's really smoky up here from the wildfires. It's hard to tell from here, but you can see the sun. It's got a really orange hue to it. The first 100 yards out of camp is the worst. Let's go see if we can find some bucks though.
Decided to stop and check a trail camera that we have. We've had this stealth camera out here for 3 or 4 years. One of our favorites. About 2 weeks ago, I got a new SD card and batteries in it, so I'm gonna do a little check, see if there's anything good on here. 33 pictures.
Made it out of that tree stand canyon.
It sounds like Eric had a pretty phenomenal morning in his stand.
It was fun.
Brian had a pretty phenomenal morning, and my sit was dead. Well, the wind shifted and was blowing right down on the trail, and I had 2 animals coming in and I never saw them. They smelled me and busted, so.
Did you snort or anything?
No, just
Wow.
yeah. It could have been moose, man. It was loud.
I must have had, my tree stand must have been perfect because the wind was just kind of switching all the time, but deer were constantly coming from every direction. This is
Deer everywhere.
There literally was deer everywhere.
We're gonna go check a
let's go
cam
check a cam.
that we haven't checked in a while, so we'll go see. I'm just gonna.
Anything on it, we might just sit there.
Let's do it.
We pretty much failed at like baiting and doing the trail cam and the salt thing this year up here. And what's funny about that is we could honestly say that the trail cameras and the bait have never once ever helped us shoot anything. They're just a lot of fun, and it really does give us some intel. But what's so funny about all the bucks we've captured up here all the years, the one buck that's been killed up here by Casey last year was not on any of our cameras ever once.
Well, that was very uneventful. Doubles here. We had one doe on there like 5 or 6 times. That was it. So this place is dead zone.
We will not be sitting here tonight.
Not be sitting here ever again. Taking our camera and going home. 80 yards. Why can't that be a buck? Never works out that way.
Story time for those guys.
Well, at first
I ain't got no time for that. Straight to the grill. Potatoes, onions, venison, backstraps, and green beans is on the menu tonight.
It smells so good.
It's, yeah, I was worried because the wind. The wind makes it hard to cook with these stoves, but this rock thing is working out pretty good. A couple more potatoes, and I'll start working on marinating the steaks. Casey brought this up because he was gonna cook us steaks, except he forgot the steak. So the steaks are sitting in the Yeti cooler right now, getting nice and cold. I'll get a Ziploc bag out, marinate them. We're gonna feast tonight. Yeah, that's a tenderloin butterfly. Oh my goodness. We got the goods.
Go a little bit right now. Mix them up.
You guys think that's a tenderloin?
It is a tenderloin.
Yeah, I think it's a tenderloin. Oh yeah.
So here's our concoction. We got a tortilla. We got some really terrible Mountain House mac and cheese. And we got a beautiful, wonderful mule deer tenderloin. Philly cheesesteak. Let's call it a chili feast steak.
Should we kill these?
Oh my gosh. I highly recommend that to anybody else.
All it needs is ketchup, and I know a lot of people are going to laugh about that, but ketchup's so good. That's really good.
I think there's something with the mac and cheese.
Yeah, these guys did mac and cheese style. What'd you do, just plain?
Bareback.
Alright, we have 3 different ways to do it here. This is good.
This though. That much.
You know, this cam, it's a lot of work getting this stuff up here, but it's so nice to have a cam.
Well, this is the wrap of day number 1, opening day. Hard to beat a good day up in the high country with your buddies and your friends. We had a variety of action, a lot of fun, some close calls, and we are looking forward to what's going to happen tomorrow. Just enjoyed a great meal in our kitchen. I'm currently in our lounge chair, and life is
just laying like right on the counter.
Yeah. Well, you don't have a lounge chair in your kitchen? Come on, Casey. Jeez.
Maybe that's what my kitchen is missing.
Yeah. But I am very comfortable. Nice full belly. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Please follow along. Hit the subscribe button right here in the middle of your screen, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.